Alright guys, so here we are today. We're ready for math. We are doing a sprint, which means you need your lovely practice Starry Night book. Ooh. It is on page number 83, and the directions read, write the missing number. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and put a minute on the clock. No, you have to wait. You have to put a minute on the clock. Remember, your goal is to do your best, and your only competition is yourself, because this is all about practice and getting better and building our brains. So, on your mark, get set, go! Time's up. All right, that means stop. And it's time for us to go ahead and check our work. So, like I said, pencils down and come on. All right, yes, let's go ahead and check our work. Remember, we're writing the missing number. Starting with question number 1. If you get it right, give yourself a check and a little tiny yes. If you get it wrong, mark it wrong with an X and keep going. Remember, you are your only competition, and the role of this sprint is to help us get better, smarter, and stronger brains. All right, let's go. 1, 2, 4, 3, 4, 5, 4, 6, 7, 3, 2, 8, 9, 1, 0, 5, 4, 3, 7, 6, 5. What minus 6 is equal to 4? The whole is missing. I remember. 10, 9, 8. Well, see, this section here has us balancing equations, so the left needs to match the right. So 10 minus 4 is tiny 6. 9 minus 3 is also 6. All right, we want our answer to be, so whatever is going here needs to make this side also be 6. So 4. 1, 2, 3, 8. All right, write the number you got correct at the top. And let's continue with our lesson. Come on. All right, guys, yes, you did a great job on that sprint. Wonderful growing your brain. It is time for our application problem, which as always is housed in our Learn book with the flower beds, blue. It is on page number 95. We're on page number 95. That's 95. I'm going to go ahead and read the problem, and the video is going to have a break where you're going to submit your answer. That is your 3-minute work time. If you get it done in less time, submit and keep going. If you run out of 3 minutes, keep going, because we're going to do it together. I just going to give you that work time to practice on your own. It reads, there were 16 coats on the rack. 9 students took their coat to go outside. How many coats were still on the rack? All right, so yeah, there's this problem. Video breaks back here, and yeah. All right, yes, there were 16 coats on the rack, and 9 students took their coats to go outside. how many coats were still on the rack? So we read the problem, and now let's draw the problem. There were 16 coats on the rack. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. That's all my coats. All the coats are on the rack. Whew, that's a lot of circles. What can I do? What can I do to help me see this better? What can I do? Oh, I can circle a group of 10. I can break that 16 into 10 and 6 so I can see it better. Okay. All right, good. So now we continue. We say 9 students took their coats to go outside. How many coats were still in the rack? All right, so in subtraction, should I take the 9 coats out of the group of 10, or should I take the 9 coats out of the group of 6? The group of 10. And 10 minus 9 is 1. All right, I'm done. Exactly, you caught me. I'm not done. 1 is not the correct answer to this question. Look at all these coats over here. We start with 16. Remember, our number sentence is 16 minus 9, and that is equal to, we're about to find out. We say these 6 coats out here, and this 1 more there, and we find that we have 7 coats. Are still on the rack. 7 coats are still on the rack. Remember, red answers the question, blue makes your complete sentence. All right, good. So let's get into what we're working on today. Today, where we're going to see that 11 minus 9. Okay, so we're going to find 11 minus 9 by counting on. So that means we count by counting on. We start with the part and we go to the whole. So 9, 10, 11. Oh, 11 minus 9 is 2. That was pretty nifty. So we put a finger up for each count to show the missing part from 9 to 11. Okay, I like that. I like that. 11 minus 9 is 2. So good strategy. Well, let's try the take from 10 strategy to do the same thing. So start by showing me your 11 fingers. You don't have 11. So we're going to put that 11th finger in our brain. It's imaginary. So the 11th one is in our brain, okay? Now, we see there's 11, okay? So we got 10 out here and 1 in our imagination, okay? So let's take away 9 all at once. All right, good. How many are left out here on our hands? 1. And how many are in our brain? 1. Let's put those together, and that leaves us with, boop, boop. We now have 2. 11 minus 9 is 2. All right, that goes with what we said. So the question I have for you is, which was easier for that particular problem? Counting on or taking from 10? Counting on, good. So what we'll find is, if we have smaller amounts of imaginary numbers, it's easier to count on. But once your imaginary numbers get big, it's hard to keep track of everything. And that's when we choose the take from 10 strategy. So let's do some practice with a few examples that are housed in your homework book on page 229. So they're in this book right here on page 229. And I'm going to start with this question number 2, which reads 12 minus 9. 12 minus 9. Well, let's count on. 9, 10, 11, 12. Oh, well, that was easy. 12 minus 9 is 3. So for this problem, did we choose take from 10 or count on? We chose to count on. So generally speaking, if the answer is 5 or smaller, we'll probably count on. What about 16 minus 9? 16 minus 9. Let's try take from 10 this time, okay? So that right now requires us to draw a picture. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Identify my group of 10. Take from 10. Whoop, 6, 7. 16 minus 9 is 7. And we chose the take from 10 strategy. You want to try out the counting on? Okay. So 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Okay, I have 7. All right, so it checks out. We know that's the correct answer. Now is the part where you can choose which works better for you because you have more things in your toolbox. Let's do another one together. 11 minus 9. Ooh, we know this one. 9, 10, 11. That is 2. 11 minus 9 is 2. And you see how quickly and easily we were able to count on? Yeah, we count on with that. No problem. All right, so let's try it in the structure of a story application word problem. Story application word all mean the same thing. It means there's words in the problem. Nicholas collected 14 leaves. He pasted 9 in his notebook. How many of his leaves were not pasted into his notebook? Choose the count on or take from 10 strategy to solve. Well, let's try both and see which one we like better. So 9, this part we know, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. 5, that gets us to our whole. 5 counts got us to our whole, which means 5 leaves based on counting on. All right, now let's draw a picture. Because we need to draw the 14. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Section off my group of 10. Take away 9, 4, 5. Which one did you like better? Personally, I thought count on was a good strategy this time because the answer was 5 or smaller. If you like to take from 10 better, then you would choose take from 10. And that's the whole point. Choosing which strategy is more efficient for you right now. Okay, and that's what we're working on today. So let me show you your assignment. It will be back in your Learn book as always. Well, as most of the time. There's been a couple exceptions to the rule. And it is on page number 97. The front is 97 and it's also the back. So front and back, you're going to, whatever comes first, 10 minutes of good solid work time or completion. Whichever comes first, and at that point, you will then go to your exit ticket where you will see your problems. It is setting you up to complete the problems using counting on and the take from 10 strategy. It wants you to count on and use the take from 10 strategy each time. Matter of fact, I'm going to give you a little bonus here. Let's do 1B together. See how it is printed for us? It is printed in the number bond fashion. So 13, when we drew that into parts, it became 10 and 3, right? Okay, only what I want to do is actually switch them to 3 and 10 because my 10 minus 9 need to be together. Oh, 10 minus 9 we know to be 1. And how many are left out? 3. So 1 plus 3 more is equal to 4, which means 13 minus 9 is equal to 4. All right, so you definitely should get that question right because I gave you the answer. All right, guys, yes. So when you're done, make sure you click submit so I can see your work. But until then, bye.